how's it going? What a cold week it has been. This has probably been the coldest day that we've had so far, and it is freezing. It's been an eventful morning. The diet feeder needed a wee pull nearly everywhere that she went, yeah, the joys. But yes, we've spent most of this week under a blanket of snow. So here's time of year for it, but not exactly what you want to see coming up to the slurry ban lifting now in 10 days time really. So yes, we could have done without it, but listen, whatever, we have to run with it. Just standing here in front of the cows that are coming to calve now very shortly. So we are getting on really, really well. We've just started the process now of the AI in again. So we've got, I think there's about 260 so far that have been, about the dairy cows, sorry, that has been AI'd with seg semen. So Gordy's working his way through them just as they come in to heat. And as you can see from the yard behind me, there's a lot of just really random stuff happening at the minute. So there's been loads of straw coming home nearly every day. We keep our straw in one of our out yards, and then the boys are just ferrying slurry and mixing tanks, and just really, we're getting to the stage now ourselves where we are supposed to get a bit tight for space. But we have actually just built another tank, so we're starting to get everything pumped into it and moved into it just to kind of give us a bit of breathing room. Because usually whenever the ban does lift, we're always flat out hell for leather on the contracting end of things, and our own slurry kind of supposed to have to take a bit of a back seat. But if we can get enough room sorted out, then we're usually not too bad. We can, you know, ride the storm until we get a chance to, and our ground kind of gets a chance to be where it needs to be at. So just in the calf shed here, they are starting just to take off the collars and the pull off these calves because they are finished their feeding cycle. So once that happens, or some of them are just have a couple more days to do, but then they're getting dehorned, and that'll be them away out to our out yard for another wee while. So that's some of our Angus calves that are obviously in our beef herd. So
much because that's what happens, isn't it?
But that there is our new dehorning crate. We bought it there just a couple of weeks ago through Neil Armstrong at Farmstrong in County Fermanagh, I think he is. So yeah, it's quite a good job. Keeps the cab in place and keeps it nice and secure, stops it from moving about whenever you're dehorning. So yeah, that's another thing ticked off the list in terms of the calves. What happens now, they will be moved off and they'll go into a big pen just at an out farm where they'll just stay until they're ever back home again for testing or AIing or whatever else. The yard is like an absolute bottle. It is like a skating rink. So yeah, everybody's sort of shimmying along. There's not too much speed being used today, definitely not. James there, he's just got back up into the yard. He was actually stuck down the road. He couldn't get up a brae just with the big tanker on. So that is the current situation. It has been quite a slow and quiet week this week just because the weather just has not been on our side. As we all know, whenever you bring snow and ice into the equation, everything takes 10 times longer. And there we go, nearly fell my arse. Oh, just jump back into the car there to head home, but I don't even know if you wouldn't be able to hear much of what I've just said there because there's just Doda pumps going in every corner of the yard, tankers filling and moving and stuff. So yeah, so we are 11 days off the slurry van lifting. It's sort of coming to the stage now where we're ready for it. It's a pity whenever you've got frozen ground that you can't go out. But listen, said it before, it's just the guidelines and you just have to stick to it and that's just it. So yeah, that is the crack. I'm just trying to get out this gateway because your man here is dying for a wee sleep. But yeah, that is the story. I actually thought I was going to maybe get to chat to you a wee bit just about our nurse tank situation. But we'll maybe have to do that in another video. Our nurse tanks are due to change. We were hoping that we would have something actually sorted for slurry starting this year, but just the way that everything has kind of gone, it's just like everything else, just added to the list of things that need to be done. Yeah. So that's the crack. I will give you another wee update later on in the week, sure, and hopefully we'll get chatting our nurse tanks then. Yeah, so hopefully by then the yard won't be like an absolute skating rink and we are all able to kind of function normally again. We will be back in full flow again very, very soon.